there's lots of conversations going on about this, whether or not this gathering specifically was in breach of COVID restrictions at the time. There was a restriction chain in place for up to 200 people at outdoor gatherings, but there was, with codicils attached to that, you weren't allowed book multiple tables for anything as somebody organising event. The events were supposed to be educational or involved in training, or indeed something to do with a wedding and that kind of thing. We're slightly unsure if there is a breach here or not.
We like to bring clarity to things here in Newstalk Breakfast. We're not going to do that here this morning. Hands up straight away. We're not sure. We've gone through the regulations with a fine-tooth comb. It does seem like it may have breached the regulations, because the Irish Hotels Federation and Fáilte Ireland's guidelines for reopening hotels and guest houses state organised events, indoor and outdoor, are not permitted unless they're weddings or non-social meetings, training and educational programmes considered to be essential to the operation of business. It certainly doesn't fall into that category. Does it potentially fall into the other category you mentioned, Ciara, about organised outdoor events and gatherings, which do allow for up to 200 attendees? I think that is more a reference to sporting events. I could be wrong. I'm open to correction on that. Certainly the hotel in question is arguing that they were within the guidelines. Leo Varadkar is saying he asked Katherine Zappone, and I think his people also asked the hotel, and he was told that they were in the guidelines.
Here's a question for you. If it is a breach of guidelines, is her position tenable?
I think probably not. Not in the current climate. Not when you look at what happened, for example, to the people who attended Golfgate. I know it was a year ago and we've probably moved on. I suspect her position is not tenable. There's also another question. Why was this event taking, in the context of her appointment, the lack of transparency about her appointment, who approached who? Why was this event taking place a matter of days before she was appointed? There are lots of questions that need to be answered, Ciara.
There are. But to be honest, I think this. We're not sure she was in breach. And I think where there is ambiguity, and it does appear there is some ambiguity to these restrictions, I would like to give people the benefit of the doubt. Not specifically Katherine Zappone, whom I have no interest in, but people in general the benefit of the doubt. Because I would like to think we are getting beyond the finger pointing and the curtain twitching and the judgment of each other for slipping up and being less than perfect in terms of our adherence to the guidelines, because I don't want to be that society that is constantly finger pointing. I accept that the optics are not good, and I accept that there are certain people in privileged positions in society that if they fall short, they're often hoisted on their own petards over this. But I don't particularly think, where we have ambiguity around these things, that I would like to see
a witch hunt.
I don't like witch hunts. I don't like judgment. I don't like sanctimony. I don't like any of those things. I never have. So I am prepared to give people the benefit of the doubt